going
it's
right.
really transformed that riverfront the last few years. How do you feel about how that's gone? Are you satisfied or unsatisfied with that progress?
That's a very good question. There's no doubt we have had some success on that river. You've got the Green Jackets, which COVID has kind of messed up the ball, but the Braves are coming in, so they are active. You've got a Crown Plaza Hotel, which is made its way through COVID and is still doing business. You've got Southbound, which has made its way through COVID, that is picking up steam. We finally got a retail swank in there. So, I don't think anybody is running with their A game, but there's things happening. The issue is we need to develop the entire project like it's been planned, and that's been the challenge. Now, none of us are on city council, and the reality is because none of us on city council have not been in those executive closed-door sessions, we don't know what is happening. I have talked to our new city administrator, Jim Clifford, and I think having him on board has brought a fresh set of eyes. So what I think people need to understand is the three questions I get is, what's the status with the developers? What's the plan? And what are the revenue sources to pay the annual bond payment? So meeting with Jim Clifford, the city is actively talking to the developers, okay? And it's not like right now they're waiting till November. So all those properties are in a forfeiture land bank. So while they're talking to the developers trying to make that work, they are actively working on a plan and strategy. So it's not like November, oh, by the way, we need to do something, okay? The issue is we don't know what that is because we're not privy to it, okay? So I know they are actively working on moving forward because the city wants those properties sold, they want it developed, they want Riverside Village built out, okay? I think it's imperative we need a mayor that has a strong financial background. I have been in banking for 13 years. I've been a financial advisor, investing for 22 years. So I think the financial component of a mayor that has a strong financial background is very strong. And I think we've got to also have a multi-focus. While we're working on Riverside Village and making sure that builds out, which I believe it will, we better be continuing to look at revenue streams outside that. So that's why I'm a proponent for revitalizing our downtown. That's why tourism is so important. We've got to get folks walking in our community, shopping and buying to generate revenues that we currently don't have. And also, a lot of people, it's not brought up a lot, but I don't know if you know about South Carolina won about $800 million lawsuit on the plutonium, okay? So right now, every city in South Carolina, Aiken, North Augusta, they're all putting together a project list of how to get some of those funds. Now, again, that's not public as far as how much the city is going to get, but there's going to be a pot of money. Now, so again, that could be another pot there, okay? So I think we can make it happen, but we've got to be smart about working it and diversifying.
Is there concern about not being able to make the bond payment?
Good question. There's 5 sources of where that bond payment. So as of now, as far as 2021, my understanding those payments are going to be paid. Okay, but again, that's part of not knowing. Okay, so what people need to realize is the bond payment annually is right at $3.9 million. Okay, probably $700,000 that's principal. The other 3.2 is going to be interest, and that's semi-annually, May and November. So you've got revenue source coming from the Green Jackets. Okay, and this is all public. The problem why people are concerned, I'll come back to that in a second. So you got the Green Jackets, you've got hospitality tax, you've got the accommodations tax, you have parking revenue, and then you got the revenue from the TIF. Okay, so where the issue people have is finding is hard. It's there, but you've got to go to 3 different documents on the website. And I think there is a way, I think there's a way to be able to take the information that currently is public, but it's hard to, you're almost copy and pasting, and put that on a document. What I'd like to do is put that to where it's transparent, to where people can see the information that is public without putting the city in a liability issue with the bonds. Okay? So there's a way to do that. And I think that's part of it, is with the city has taken an approach, and probably legal counsel is saying, don't say anything. And I don't know we need to go to that extreme.
With the current revenue that's coming in, is it sufficient to cover that 3.9?
It is as of right now.
Okay. So without the rest of the
But
park
I don't
being
know
built,
beyond, the issue, what we don't know, because we're not privy to that, is how long before the property isn't developed.